We are back. All right. So now we are going to talk about the next information that a vertex can hold, which is color. Believe it or not, yes, a vertex can hold colors. So we have our 3D object here. In our object data property, we have an option here called color attribute. So if we're going to start with pressing plus, we can add a data block. Sorry. And the data block is vertex and it has a color. And the base color, you can select whatever base color that you need. And we're going to go with white for now. All right. Let's go try to paint some vertices. So we're going to go to vertex paint mode. And I'm going to try to paint. Huh. Nothing is happening. Why? So if we're going to start a material for our 3D object, let's delete that for now. I'm going to click on this, create new material, and we are going to call that data block, which is a color attribute. So there is a color attribute node. There is also an attribute node. So this is the attribute, and it's right here. Okay. Do not mind that for now. I'm going to delete this, and we're going to use this one, color attribute. So I'm going to select the data block. So we're specifying because we can have multiple data blocks in here. So we can add more. And I'm going to connect that data block to the base color. Aha! Now it showed us what we were painting before. So now we know we can store color information into the vertex itself. Okay. Next thing, we are going to talk about the most basic language that any computer, CPU, and GPU speak. Every computer speaks a certain language. And that language is binary. So, binary here is the most basic information that also a vertex can hold. Okay. And as we said, it can hold color information. And the binary, if we're going to look at it from a color point of view, so there's one and a zero. The We're going to bring in an RGB here. If we're going to look at the value, 1, 0, 1, 0. So the 1 and 0 can be black and white. Okay. And all of the values interpolating between the 0 and 1 is the gray area. Okay. Why is that important? Why do we need to know about this? And I'm here to tell you why. So, we are going to combine a bunch of information that we just learned together. So, first thing first, the colors that we have, and we all know we have in our keyboard, we customize our mouses with, and we got all of that in our cases, and we light our case and make it all beautiful, is the RGB. So red, green, and blue. Okay? Red, green, and blue. So what is that? And how do we light or color using red, green, and blue? If we're going to look at the colors here, we're going to go to the RGB. See, the white color is all of the channels, the red, green, and blue has. But now, since we move to different colors, you see that all of these values are moving now. So if we're going to go to green, it's going to turn off. Here, I'm trying to do this. Okay. So it's going to turn off the blue and red. If we're going to turn them all off, it's going to be black. There's red. That's R. And we got the B, which is the blue. And also we got alpha information. We're going to talk about this later. But you see, this is the RGB. And okay, so these are a bunch of numbers, and the interpolation between the red, green, and blue. Okay, information that's going to give us different colors. So you see that different colors. It's the mix between those three values. So again, why do I need to know about this nerd talk? Okay, so we talked about object normals, right? So I'm going to call the object normals by calling a geometry node here in the shader. This is not geometry node as in like creating a geometry node for, you must have heard about it if you're using Blender or you have went through some tutorial and people talked about the new stuff. But here we're going to call the geometry data. Okay. And the geometry data has different things like position, normal, tangent, true normals, incoming, uh, parametric, back faces, pointiness, and random per island. But for now, we are going to focus on the normal. Okay, so this is the normal information that we were talking about when we showed the, if we're going to go here, edit mode, where we showed the normal direction, right? So this face right here, okay, these are all the faces and we're getting that normal information. And if we're going to even go to flat shade, you can see the normal. Now the interpolation is very different and we split the normals. But again, something to, it's like this maybe going through your head is that why is the colors are like that? It's weird, right? So what we're going to do, there's an operation that you could do, okay, which is split. See, I made a mistake there. So a lot of different softwares, okay, game engines, they're going to use a little bit of derivative term of the same thing. So here in Blender, it's separate. In Unity, it's split. Okay, so we're going to separate that information. Huh, okay. So this is the red, this is the green, and this is the blue. Okay, so here, this is a combination between those colors. Let's go here. So red is pointing left and right. And this is the values interpolation between the black and white. And this is pointing depth, which is, it should be the blue. But for now, in Blender, green is the depth and blue is up and down. Okay. So, all right. So we can split that information. And that's how the normal is communicating by using a 0 and 1. And it's a mix of these nodes that create this information to create the normal direction. And we can separate that information to black and white to simplify it for our understanding. Okay, again, nerd talk. Why do I need to learn about this? It's just colors, man. But here's what is important. So I'm going to bring in a texture. I'll be right back. I'm going to stop the recording for a second. Okay, we are back. All right, so I'm gonna bring in a rock tile texture and Shift A, search image, and I'm gonna open another one, and I'm gonna have grass. Okay, so this one is rock. I'm gonna turn off the specular for now. So this is the rock texture, and this is the grass texture. Okay, so in Blender, you get a mix color node. So the mix color node, I want you to think about it as a Photoshop layer, if you're familiar with Photoshop. So Photoshop has this function where you got different layers and you can place different things on each layer. And you have an opacity, which helps you blend things together, right? And it has different blending modes. So if we're going to go here, and we have all of the same blending modes that Photoshop has, which is darken, multiply, color burn, lighten, screen, color dodge, add, overlay, soft light, linear light, difference, exclusion, subtract, divide, hue, saturation, color, and value. And there are more in different softwares, different game engines. They have more of these. Okay, so just to show you that these softwares, they all kind of share the same blending modes and blending operations for different colors. But uh, so we have this, and this is a Photoshop layer. So here you got layer one, layer two, and there is the factor. The factor is your opacity. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in this guy right here and this guy right here, and I'm gonna put it right there. So now the this is the grass, right? So when it's zero, it's A. When it's one, it's B. And if you see, this is the opacity, just exactly like how the opacity functions, right? Okay, so back to here. So this is our black and white information of the blue channel of the normals, the normal direction, and I'm going to plug that into here. Ta-da! So now we were able to use the normal information as a mask. So how is that useful? That's useful in many, many ways. So imagine you build a world. So I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm gonna speed run this so I can show you the result. So let's create this here. Let's put that right in here. And let's go for a box. And in here also, we're going to go for box. We're going to blend it. And let's go for object. Okay. All right. What is that, dude? So I'm going to select these faces and I'm going to start extruding. Whoa. Okay. And now, if you're seeing that, everything that is pointing up, it has grass on it. So you can build a whole map using this. Let's select these. So this is how in video games, okay, they can create this whole massive map and then they would cover it with foliage, okay, where you would have any area that is pointing in the opposite direction. Grass is not going to grow on it, okay, so it's not going to have any grass in it. Or any area that is pointing up is going to have grass grow on it. And there's the interpolation between those values, okay, which is right there, okay? So the interpolation between the values is going to have less grass, etc., right? So, and the cool thing, because this is black and white information, all right, going to take this and I'm going to have a color ramp. Color ramp is exactly like your levels in Photoshop. So you have you can adjust the levels of your color to adjust the value, and the value, like make the black areas look more black and the white area look more white, and you can tighten up that curve, right, between them. So that's the same thing here. You can do that using a color ramp, and you can tighten all of these values up. So now you see it's a little more sharper, a little bit more defined. So yeah, so now we can use the normal information to do that, and that's how they do it in video games. So now you unlocked a new knowledge. How the hell do they make these massive maps and get the base going when they're building a map? They don't do it manually. It will take forever, but they can do it using this, the normal direction. All right. So this is the first step in you understanding how you can use these things. I'm going to stop the video and we're going to continue later. Digest this information for now.